Swamp. It's nice to be here tonight. We're Kurt and Cheryl. I'm Kurt, that's Cheryl, obviously. And Cheryl's getting all the stuff up online right now. But a couple weeks ago, we did a night of Womblers songs, and people liked it a lot. We had a lot of listeners, and people asked a lot of questions about the band. Nice to know there are a lot of people my age around this region of New York, but it was really wonderful to hear from people, and we really thank you. I mean, I can't believe that people remember a band that was 40 years ago. It's just astounding, 50 years ago. But anyway, here we are down the road. So I'm going to start out with a song that I wrote with Steve Friedman and Steve Kerlinger, known as Buck Dilly today. And I'm going to run that.
Turn that down.
And then I'm going to run that into a song that was written by Buck Dilly called Unusual Moon. So we're going to do Over the Mountain, Unusual Moon together, and then we'll maybe move to another guitar.
Maybe?
Yep.
It's in the plan.
It's in the plan.
We'll see what happens.
It's in the plan. I could even change it. You never know. Are you ready, darling?
Yes.
Okay, Over the Mountain. Mountain and out on the plains, there lives my country girl. I just found out her name. This can't be wrong, 'cause this melody is coming on so strong, so strong. Her voice was like a summer breeze that's blowing through my hair. Though I've only seen her once, I hear it everywhere, and I know I'll be hearing it everywhere I go, where I go. Made me think of you, the words that fell from I tell you that I love you? But you know I do. Okay. I may be doing the rest of the set from the outdoors.
So thank you for joining us. Hi, Margie. Thanks for sharing our post and saying those nice words that you say about us. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
If you're watching, make sure you drop us a line, because we'd love to hear from you, and it makes, and even if we don't see it right now, we'll take a look at it later and respond. Hi, Michael. Hi, Mom. I hope you like my dress.
I remember when you wrote to me, you thought you'd hit the wall. I remember how relieved I was when you picked up on my call. Well, there's so much to believe in, and there's one thing you should know, that we're 1 foot over the starting line, the other set to go. a lot to give, some a lot to take. For myself, I'd know all I could, picking up on my mistakes. Well, there's so much for the learning, and there's one thing you should know, that we're 1 foot over the starting line, the other set to go. Sometimes it seems we fight too much better to let the younger dreams all die. But there's so many places to go, and we're just 1 foot over the starting line. Sometimes it seems we fight too much better to let the younger dreams all die. But there's so many places to go, and we're just 1 foot over the starting line. Well, people used to tell me I was destined to go far. Well, I went far down to the bottom of the lonely sawdust bars. But you know, it doesn't matter if I've got one more song to show, that we're 1 foot over the starting line, the other's set to go. Yes, we're just 1 foot over the starting line, the other set to go.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like a froggy's about to jump out of my throat here.
I notice we have Willie singing along with us tonight. In previous weeks, it has worked really well that when we covered our parakeet, she ceased to sing along with the music. I think that string
song
of good
broke
luck
through.
might be over now.
She particularly likes that song.
You think so, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. It may well be that next week that Willie's going to have to spend an evening in a different room.
You don't mind if Willie sings along, do you? No. She's welcome too.
Oh, of course, yeah, but in the daytime when we're practicing, it's even nicer. So this is a newer song, and this is a song I wrote about the economy and what I'm going to do when I become president. I am going to shrink the economy because
It's a good idea.
it's what it needs to do. We make too much junk. The kind of stuff that's manufactured and purchased and thrown away immediately is, well, I'm sure I'm preaching to the converted here. But this is called GNP. They used to call the GNP the gross national product. And,
Albie, make sure you're playing along.
aha.
Even though we can't hear you, nobody else can hear you, you can hear you.
With just a little time in the sun, a minute, free from the road. We're in the middle, swept into the race. We should begin to soften the pace. We're caught up on a wheel, let's cut a better deal. I feel like slowing down. Feel like slowing down. It's an illusion, this is my scroll. And my reactions are starting to slow. It's a delusion, this is a scroll. And my reactions are starting to slow. We're running out of time, I try to steal minds. I feel like slowing down. Feel like slowing down. Life could be so simple, spending most of the time. Luxury or leisure, what's your bottom line? Look to your obsession, that shiny thing you hold. There is no possession, everything must go. Everything must go right. Sifting hours, my honey and me. Golden voices go out from the trees. We see the flowers, we're seizing the day. We're making choices to do it this way. It's freedom from the wheel with time enough to feel life is slowing down. You know I feel it slowing down. So take a minute, watch it unwind. The GMP's just a part of our minds. We're in the middle, swept into the race. We should begin to soften the pace. We're caught up on a wheel, let's cut a better deal. I feel like slowing down. Invested in our chips, our vital engine slips. I feel like slowing down. Life could be so simple, spending most of the time. Luxury or leisure, what's your bottom line? Look to your obsession, the shiny thing you hold. There is no possession, everything must go. Yeah, it will surely go. Everything must go. Yeah, it will surely go. Like this it goes. You heard I'm back on my feet. I just got back to town. And it's no surprise, baby, you're still hanging around. You threw me out on the street. You said I wasn't no good. And now you tell me, baby, you just misunderstood. You can stop all your talk, I won't hear anymore. And you can hit the road, baby, let me show you the door. Heard you was living real good, heard you was having a time. You got the champagne, baby, cocaine and bottles of wine. same Jack. I'm the same Jack. I'm the same Jack.
You don't mean that.
Don't just stand there, I got work to do. When the first thing, baby's getting over you. Well, I'm the same Jack. I'm the same Jack. I'm the same Jack. I'm the same Jack. I'm the same Jack.
You don't mean that.
Don't just stand there, I got work to do. And the first thing, baby's getting over you. Hey, I found work on the road. I got my tools in the sack. And I can swing a hammer, baby, don't mind breaking my back. Yeah, I didn't gamble or drink. I got the cash for the rent. I like to wish you luck, let you borrow my tent. I like to wish you luck, baby, let you borrow my tent. Hey, baby, better button up that coat, cause it's getting cold out there. Yeah.
So there.
Same Jack. So that's kind of a takeoff from the old Ray Charles song "Hit the Road, Jack." I wrote this song because I always felt so sorry for Ray Charles in that song when he'd say, what's that? Hey baby, you're not leaving me. What'd you say?
What you say?
What you say? Yeah, it was the most plaintive, and I think anything that Ray Charles sang was the most plaintive song in the world. I think he's one of the most wonderful singers of all time, Ray Charles.
I just have to interrupt you for a moment.
Yeah,
We
please.
just got a text from Kate, and she said that they may be getting another cat tomorrow. That's news.
Ooh. Well,
Rescue cat. They have one really
rescue
cute,
cat,
Tucker.
yeah. Well,
We'll see.
if anybody's going to take a rescue cat, the best person for that is Kate. Our daughter Kate got a cat that was basically psychotic and from almost kittenhood, I was going to say childhood, had to be medicated. And they're doing so well with the cat. It's incredible. It was a cat that probably would have been possibly not on the planet, because I don't think anybody really wanted the cat, but they
did great with it.
They just did wonderfully with it. It's
Super.
amazing. Well,
Okay.
I guess we've always had animals around, so
Yes,
it helps.
dogs, but
Well,
yeah.
one of the things I wanted to say this week, and I'm sure there's nobody out there, but don't I wish there were some songwriters out there, some young songwriters out there. One of the things I would love to say to songwriters today is listen to the people who wrote musically over the centuries. Choose the best models. Listen to the imagery that poets use, and listen to the way they rhyme their words and manage to always tell a story without having to twist it to make a rhyme. That's the kind of skill to be looking at. And so I chose for tonight's reading the most euphonious of all, I was going to say almost modern era poets. The word euphonious, if you don't know, means musical. So when you hear this, you'll be listening for the sounds of vowels and consonants and the sounds of the words as well as the meaning of the words. This first is a really popular song by William Butler Yeats called The Song of Wandering Aengus. So I'm sure some of you have heard it.
song or a poem?
It's a poem, and it's a poem about a wandering homeless person who became that way, who's maybe not that way at the beginning of the poem, but who kind of maybe lost his senses in the wild, so to speak. The Song of Wandering Angus. I went out to the hazelwood because a fire was in my head, and cut and peeled a hazel wand and hooked a berry to a thread. And when white moths were on the wing and moth-like stars were flickering out, I dropped the berry in a stream and caught a little silver trout. When I had laid it on the floor, I went to blow the fire aflame, but something rustled on the floor and someone called me by my name. It had become a glimmering girl with apple blossoms in her hair, who called me by my name and ran and faded through the brightening air. Though I am old with wandering through hollow lands and hilly lands, I will find out where she has gone, and kiss her lips, and take her hands, and walk among long dappled grass, and pluck till time and times are done, the silver apples of the moon, the golden apples of the sun. Here's another poem by Yeats. This is my favorite.
There's an old guy in it.
Yeah. Well, there's like an ellipse between the second stanza and the third stanza where he's a younger man, and then there's a time space in there, so that poem kind of time travels a little bit. A trick I think he learned from John Keats, actually. Okay, page 12. This song is probably another one of the most poem. Well, you know, these are like songs. It's hard.
Songs,
they
yes.
really are.
And set them to music, and then
this one has an interesting tale behind it. There is a place called Lake Innisfree, and I imagine it was very beautiful in Yeats's time, and probably very beautiful now, perhaps. And for Yeats, Innisfree is a peaceful place, a refuge, but it's not just a place in the world. It's also a place in the mind and a place in the heart. And he got the idea for this. This is an amazing story. We have a recording of Yeats. It was in a collection called Poetry Speaks, and you actually get to hear Yeats reading. And what he says about this poem is that he got the idea when he was walking down a city street, and he looked into a window, and in the window there was an ad for soda pop. And the ad consisted of a fountain of water, and somehow or another the fountain of water supported a ball on it. The ball bounced up on the fountain of water. And that brought him back, just the water brought him back to Lake Innisfree. That is the inspiration for the poem. The Lake Isle of Innisfree. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin build there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wing. I will arise and go now. For always, night and day, I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's gray. I hear it in the deep heart's core.
Nice.
1890. Very nice. William Butler Yeats.
William
You want to
Butler
be a great
Yeats.
songwriter? Read Yeats.
Hey, we've got a lot of fine people watching us tonight.
Oh, great, great. Well, let's see. What do we have on the? Oh, we've got Blame It on Me. Great.
Marjorie just joined us too, our neighbor.
Aha.
Don't look at those mailboxes too close to Marjorie.
Yeah. I demonstrated my carpentry skills to the world of people who were driving by me as I was trying to put our smashed mailboxes
They were
together.
trying to stay on the road while they were cracking up. I know it.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, my carpentry skills are pretty nil. I actually worked as a carpenter's assistant, and to this day I feel sorry for the poor fellow. My chief carpentry skill lies in taking perfectly good raw materials and rendering them useless.
We have another neighbor listening to Les from down the street. Les Vegas, he joined us
Hi,
tonight.
Les.
Hi, Les.
Special shout out to Les. We've been talking on some of our Thursday nights about the 40th anniversary of Lake Minnewaska and how Lake Minnewaska was rescued from Marriott Corporation by people who cared enough to get up and do something about it. And we love talking about it because so many of our friends were involved. Les is an example of one of the performers who played on our Save the Mountain album and played at our benefits and helped us chase the boogers away. That's a technical term, boogers. So here's a song called Blame It On Me. Are you ready, darling?
Maybe. Sure. song, I should mention that we have CDs for sale on our website, dognoseband.com. And I know a lot of you know this already, but pass on the word, because what we do is you buy a CD, and then we match the price and send that money off to local food pantries. So if you'd like to purchase a CD, go to dognoseband.com. That's dog, K-N-O-W-S, band, because you know all the dogs really know everything. And Dog Nose Catskill Dog CD, that's our newest one. It's a compilation of our best Kurt Henry Band songs, according to Kurt Henry and Eric Parker. Dogs everywhere on this CD. And our other CDs are there too. But anyone you buy will match, and you get a free Dog Nose sticker to stick on your car. If you'd like more than one, let us know. You can sneak over and stick one on your neighbor's car.
Now let me get this right.
Or make a donation to a food pantry of your choice if you prefer to do that.
So I gotta get this right, Samantha. You're telling me if they spend $10 on a record, we send...
It's called a CD.
I call it a record. It's a recording. It is a recording.
Okay.
If they spend a measly little
How old are you?
$10
How
on a
old are you?
recording, I'm 70.
I wonder.
If you spend $10 on whatever you want to call that dang thing,
This. Yeah. Finish your thought. If they spend $10.
if they spend $10 on that CD, $20 goes to a food pantry. How can that be? How do you? Is that like alchemy or something like that?
You're pretty good at math.
I mean, I used to know a little bit of alchemy. You boil stuff down until you get gold, right? So they send $10, we boil it down in our little alembic with the little flame under there, and we pour out the refined thing and mail $20 off to a food bank. Think about that. And as we always like to say, folks, food is great. If you have food you want to donate to a food pantry, please do it. However, I have been told that if you donate money, that it goes farther because they get deals on food, and the food pantries bargain with food stores, and food stores tend to be very generous with them. So that's the word. So this song we're going to finish up with is one of my favorite songs to play. I always save it till the end, so if I'm warmed up, I stand a pretty good chance of getting it. And it's a song about being out on the Hudson River, and I can't wait to get back on the river again without COVID, so we can take friends on the water. I was just thinking, I know Marjorie's listening, and I can't wait to get out.
That day,
go out. Yeah, what a day that was.
Steve and Terry.
Yeah.
Even Terry once by herself.
Ah.
JD and Lynn.
Here we are. Stars. We're here alone in waters unknown. Baby, turn off your phone. You've got no one to talk to. Moon so new. Slips, we'll just have to drift. I lock on your lips. You can leave your phone off.
I'd like to note that you're what I'm floating my dream on. night. Past Manhattan asleep, we'll drift out to sea. If the water gets deep,
You can turn your phone on.
turn your phone on. Lovely.
It's been wonderful being with you tonight.
It has been.
We'll see you next Thursday.
Thanks for joining us. And I have to tell you that there are some other great musicians out there who do live shows on Facebook. Margie Zintz, terrific. Monday nights, 4:30. Go to Margie Zintz, her Facebook page. Joe Giglio does nice shows on Sunday afternoons at 2 o'clock. Nice jazz guitarist, excellent jazz guitarist. And our friend Craig Ellis, he also does a live show on streetjelly.com on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. So those are a few people we know who do live shows. So please, if you enjoy live music and you're not really getting out much these days,